appearance and subsequent reappearance. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And as you had properly said, the House recalled that yesterday in the afternoon session, you did instruct I and Honorable Nanok to visit Honorable Koimburi so that we can able to furnish the House. And Honorable Speaker, we exactly did as you direct, and we have got here a report, one from ourselves as a result of our visit, and I equally have a report from the IG on the status update report on the investigation, on ongoing investigation concerning the alleged abduction. And Honorable Speaker, I want to read a jointly signed report between myself and my colleague, Honorable Nanok, on the status report regarding the visit to the Karen Hospital to assess the condition of Honorable George Koimburi. Following your ruling and the House resolution yesterday on the 27th, during the afternoon sitting, I and Honorable Daniel Nanok, the MP and the chairperson for Parliamentary Broadcasting Committee, undertook the visit to the hospital on behalf of the House. We arrived in the medical facility at approximately 5:30, and upon arrival, we identified ourselves and stated the purpose of our visit, which was to check on the health and the well-being of our colleague, Honorable George Koimburi, as well as to convey the goodwill message of the House and yourself, and to gather any other relevant information that might be useful to us as his colleagues in Parliament. We were asked to wait for a while, and we were kept waiting for about half an hour in the waiting bay, Honorable Speaker. After which we were informed that we could proceed to the third floor, Malindi Ward, where the Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Member, is reportedly admitted. But it's good to note, Honorable Speaker, we had to keep reminding them that we were still waiting. At the ward, that is, it has got us a little bit also a waiting area, we encountered 6 individuals who introduced themselves as family members and part of his office staff. Additionally, there were 2 security guards stationed at the doorstep, who informed us that it was not possible for us to see the Honorable Member at the moment. Honorable Speaker, we had to continuously remind him, whoever we are getting there, who we are, introducing ourselves, and keep reminding them the purpose of our visit, of which they actually confirmed that they were already aware of our intended visit following your communication. We explained that our visit was in accordance with a directive from the House Speaker, and it was purely for the well-being and the effort of our colleagues, but our request was still declined. Undeterred, we requested to speak to the doctor in charge, hoping to at least obtain a medical update. Unfortunately, this effort did not bear fruit either, as we were told the doctor was unavailable at the time. We were then introduced to a senior nurse who was on duty and managing the patient care in the ward. The nurse politely informed us that it will not be possible to see Honorable Member during our visit due to a medical advice and privacy consideration. And in fact, we were told that he was undergoing a procedure. The senior nurse did, however, assure us that the Honorable Member was in stable condition and was receiving the necessary medical care, while we were not able to see him physically. And he was, but he said that he was in stable condition. Honorable Speaker, because that is all, and we had no option other than to leave the place. We actually had to kind of, until even my colleague was like telling me we cannot push ourselves more further. It's like the people who are there, Honorable Speaker, were actually kind of looking at us with a lot of suspicion, as if we were there for other reasons. And we, despite that, we keep assuring them that we just wanted to get the update of his well-being. So in regards to our visit, Honorable, that is all we had to say. So in summary, we were declined the entry. And it's good to note, Honorable Speaker, we were not the only one. I think there were other members also who were declined. But it's also good to note that a few hours before our visit, we saw a media briefing from some other political class who was allowed the entrance, and actually issued a press brief. So I don't know why it is always a coincidence. When members probably from our side try to visit, they are always denied. Honorable Speaker, on the part of the IG, the National Police Service, I've got two sets of statements here with me. One which was written yesterday, and the other one was written today. And for the purposes of record, I want to start with the one on the 27th, which gave a chronology of event since the alleged abduction of our colleague. Honorable Speaker, the National Police Service wishes to provide a comprehensive update on the ongoing investigation into the alleged abduction of George Koimburi, Member of Parliament for Juja constituency. On Monday, 26 May, the attention of the National Police Service was drawn to an amateur video circulating on social media, mainstream media, purportedly showing the Member of Parliament abandoned at a farm in Juja. Police officers from Juja swiftly responded, visiting the alleged scene and thoroughly documenting the area. Upon comparing its vegetation and road dimensions at the scene, which those in the video, it was established, Honorable Speaker, that the two did not match. During the questioning, Moses Karaoke, the caretaker of the coffee farm, which is owned by Jimmy Wanjigi, stated that he had not witnessed such an incident. The officers then proceeded to the Plainview Hospital in Ruiru, where the Member of Parliament had reportedly been taken for treatment. They confirmed that the vehicle used to transport him, registration number KCJ 660P, belonged to Honorable George Koimburi and was driven by Frida Njeri, who was also the first responder at the alleged crime scene. The hospital did not disclose the nature of the treatment or first aid administered, making it difficult to assess the extent of the alleged injury. Meanwhile, specialized team from DCI headquarters, supported by the forensic expert from the National Forensic Laboratory, were promptly deployed to the scene to conduct other examination, gather critical evidence, and establish the circumstances surrounding the alleged abduction. So far, Honorable Speaker, that is as per yesterday, the investigation team had interviewed and recorded statements from 5 individuals, and which were expected to provide the account. This progress underscores the National Police Service commitment to uncover the truth regarding the abduction allegation with the highest standard of professionalism and diligence. We will continue to pursue all leads, analyze forensic evidence, and ensure that any perpetrators are brought to justice. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, it is important to note that Honorable George Koimburi has been under investigation for a land fraud case, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution had already issued consent for his prosecution. Additionally, it is important to note that Honorable George Koimburi has been under investigation, I think that one had already read. On Friday, 23rd May 2025, the MP, fully aware of the police intention to arrest him, evaded arrest by escaping on a motorbike with his private security and swiftly off his mobile and switched off his mobile phone. His car, occupied only by his driver, who was intercepted, and the driver was arrested but later released after recording a statement. The MP only resurfaced yesterday, coinciding with the abduction claim. In conclusion, we once again urge anyone with information regarding the incident depicted in the video to report to the nearest police station or conductors via a provided toll-free number 999-911-112 or the fichua kwa DCI. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the IG state, we assure all Kenyans that we are committed to conducting this investigation with the utmost diligence to uncover the truth behind the allegation. Further update will be provided as investigation progresses. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, today at around 11 a.m., the IG issued again a presser to give the status update report, and the copy of the same here is with me, and I won't read it to the House. That is today on the 28th. Further to the press briefing issued yesterday, the National Police Service would like to inform the public of the progress made in the ongoing investigation into the alleged abduction of George Koimburi, Member of Parliament for Juja. 3 additional individuals, Peter Kiratu, Juja CDF Chairman, Cyrus Kieru Muhia, and Karanja Gatana were arrested and provided statements which have offered crucial leads and further insight into the alleged abduction. Peter Kiratu, the Juja CDF chairman, stated that on the 25th May, that is this year, he attended a church service at a full gospel church, Mugudha, with the MP, as they were leaving a silver Subaru Forester registration KBP 096W, approached the main entrance, and the 2 heavily built men bundled the MP into the vehicle. He reported the incident at Mugudha police station. Additionally, on the 26th May, he received a call from the MP's daughter, Wanjiru, informing him that the MP had been found in a coffee farm in Juja. They then took the MP to Plainview Hospital, Ruiru, for the first aid before he was referred to Karen Hospital for further treatment. Cyrus Kiaru Muhia, an ally of the Honorable Koimburi, who runs a supermarket at Kahawa West area, stated that on the 25th May, he received a call from the Peter Kiratu, the CDF chair, requesting the use of his Subaru. Speaker, I think this is a very important statement. Requesting to use of his Subaru Forester registration number KDG 803B to transport the additional security personnel for the MP during an event at the Full Gospel Church. On the 25th, again, Honorable Speaker, Kiratu instructed him to go to his homestead in Mugudha, where he met a man named Gatana, driving Kiratu's vehicle registration number KBP 096W. That is the car I earlier said, Honda CRV, along with 3 unknown men. They proceeded to the church to familiarize themselves with the route before returning. Later, Kiratu called and instructed him to drive his Subaru Forester with 2 men toward the church. Upon arrival, the 2 men exited quickly, and he heard screams as the MP was forced into the vehicle. They drove toward Jacaranda Coffee Research via Kabogo Road, where the MP instructed them to stop near a waiting Honda CRV, registration number KBP 096W, belonging to Kiratu. Cyrus was left with the 2 men, who warned him not to disclose any information to the police. The police have managed to recover 2 vehicles. The Honda CRV registration number KBP 096, belonging to Peter Kiratu, and the Subaru Forester silver in color, registration number KDG 803B, belonging to Cyrus Kiairu Muhia. Additionally, 1 suspect, Karanja Gatana, has been arrested. Gatana admitted to dropping the MP at a hotel where he had refreshments and spent the night with the 2 abductors on the 25th May 2025 following the alleged abduction. You want me to repeat that? Honorable Speaker, public demand. The police have managed to thank you, Honorable Speaker, well guided. Honorable Speaker, the police have managed to recover the 2 vehicles. I'd earlier said this, belonging to Sarah Askari Tumuya. Additionally, 1 suspect, Karanja Katana, has been arrested. Katana admitted to dropping the MP at a hotel where he had the refreshment and spent the night with the 2 abductors on the 25th May 2025, following the alleged abduction. He added that on the 26th May 2025, while using Kraitu's vehicle, he had picked up the MP from the hotel and took him to the scene where they claimed he had been dumped. Before the MP exited the vehicle, he helped him tear his clothes to fake evidence of torture by the alleged abductors. The National Police Service further appeals for the public's continued support and encourages anyone with information that may assist the investigation to report it to the nearest police station or through our toll-free number 999-911-112 or the Fichua DCI 0800722303. We assure the public of our steadfast commitment to resolving this case, and we will provide further update as the investigation progresses. The letter and the statement signed by Douglas Kanja Karonche, MGH, CBS, OGW, the Inspector General of the National Police Service, on the 28th, 2025. Honorable Speaker, I think I don't have actually much to add on this. That is a statement. It's not my own words. That is the words from the IG, the authority mandated by our Constitution and our laws to investigate such matters. And they are competent enough. And they have a requisite knowledge and experience. So, and I'd also given along with the statement our own findings as a House, on behalf of the House, in regards our visit, Honorable Speaker. I submit.
Thank you. Before I allow 1 or 2 clarifications on that, allow me to acknowledge the following schools in the public gallery. Soke Primary School from Baringo, South Baringo. Ndaragwa High School from Ndaragwa, Nyandarua. Kugururu High School from Igamba Ngombe, Tharakanithi. Oiti Glory Primary School from Kajiado Central, Kajiado. I've been requested by Honorable Kanjori Memusi to welcome a school from his Kajiado Central. Do so on behalf of your colleagues from whose constituencies the other schools come from.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to welcome all our learners to this House. And Honorable Speaker, Oiti Glory is a school in a small village in Kajiado Central called Oiti. And I want to encourage all the learners here and tell them that most of these members have come from such places. So it is not impossible for one of you to be here one day. So let this journey today be a beginning of your dreams. I welcome all of you. Karibuni Bunge.
Yes, Junet. You've heard what Tongoyo has said about your colleague. Do we leave it there?
Yeah. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Junet.
Mr. Speaker, first I want to take this opportunity to thank you as the chairman of the Parliamentary Service Commission and as the Speaker of the National Assembly for taking swift action so that we could know what happened to our colleague, Honorable Koimburi. and you appointed the Honorable Tongoyo, the chairman of the Security Committee, and the Honorable Puyo, to go and see and visit our colleague who purportedly was abducted, Mr. Speaker. And to my shock, the report that has been tabled today in Parliament, Mr. Speaker, is what I can only term as the biggest political scandal in our country, Mr. Speaker. It's the biggest political scandal, Mr. Speaker, in our country. Why do I say so, Mr. Speaker? First, Mr. Speaker, me, when I saw the first photo that was being, beamed on one of the media houses that is nowadays prone to fake news, from the way my colleague was sleeping, I could knew this is a fake thing. From the appearance, from the way I saw the shirt and the way the stomach was looking up, I just knew this one, there is nothing. But I was waiting for a proper investigative report to be tabled before the House. So I had to reserve my comments. Mr. Speaker, it's very, very unfortunate that politicians can go to this extent to prove a point, Mr. Speaker. And you know, it is shocking that even the chairman of the Security Committee and our colleagues were never allowed to see our colleague who is in hospital. The only people who can see him is our Manyora group, who can do a press conference outside the hospital. Any other person is not allowed to see him. No, you see, all that group is our Manyora group. Mr. Speaker, even people who are in ICU, people who are in critical care, Mr. Speaker, people are allowed to see them, Mr. Speaker. This is the first case I've ever seen somebody who is not even, we don't know whether he's critically ill or not, nobody can see him. Only one Manyora group, Mr. Speaker. And they're the only ones who can speak to the public that we have visited our friend, he was inhaling some gas or something like that. Mr. Speaker, the director of this drama, now I've come to conclusion that the director of this drama is none other than one Mr. Obujoro. This is the same thing he did when he was running away from interrogation at the Senate. You remember? During the impeachment. He went and admitted himself in the same hospital, Mr. Speaker. So it's the same script. It is the same. But this country is full of drama.
You've made your point.
Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. Let me conclude, Mr. Speaker. The same disease, the same hospital, the same bed, the same visitors, the same doctor, nobody else can see you. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the police service of this country, the Inspector General of Police, and the DCI Director for the swift investigation that they have done this matter. Because, Mr. Speaker, if this thing was not investigated thoroughly, these self-abductions will have gone up. Today it will have been Koimburi. Tomorrow I can tell you, there's a candidate who's watching me here, Mr. Speaker. He will have hidden himself in these mokoka trees. somewhere, I know, I don't want to mention names. He will have hidden himself behind a mokoka tree. And he will have told you, I have been abducted. So, Mr. Speaker, I am very, very happy today that this thing has come to light. But I want to urge the former impeached former deputy governor, the deputy president, please don't go this direction. This kind of politics of deceit and conmanship and this kind of tactics of self-abduction and somebody shooting his car, claiming that I am under attack, those are all the way of doing politics. If you want to know how to do opposition politics, you know where you can find good advice. Go and see Baba. Sit down with him. Tell him, Baba, how did you sustain this opposition politics for the last 40 years? What tactics did you use? I've never seen you self-abducting yourself. I've never seen you shooting your car anywhere. What tactics could you have used? Come there. We will teach you how to go about it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, allow me to also begin by first, in one of these very rare occasions, to congratulate the Inspector General of Police, the Director of DCI, and all the officers within our police service for the good work that they have exhibited, not just in this case, but also in cracking the unfortunate murder of the late Were. And I think, Honorable Speaker, we have not taken time to congratulate them also because of the swiftness with which they were able to apprehend the culprits or the criminals who murdered the late Were. And I want to believe that they are still working to ensure that they get even the sponsors of the people who pulled the trigger on the late Were. But, Honorable Speaker, this matter is not as light as we may be taking it, because a matter that flies right into the face of this Constitution, Honorable Speaker. Chapter 6 of the Integrity of the Leadership and Integrity Act. Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, Article 73 says that responsibilities of leadership, authority assigned to a state officer, is a public trust to be exercised in a manner that, 3, brings honor to the nation and dignity to the office, and promotes public confidence in the integrity of the office. We are not discussing one of us, because we need a motion to be before the House to discuss any one of us. But it is the dignity of the office of a member of parliament that is in question today, Honorable Speaker. If a member of parliament who has been elected by his people to come and represent them in this House can dare engage in the kind of criminality that we have seen the Honorable Koimburi engage in, Honorable Speaker, this should be one of the saddest days for this House, Honorable Speaker. This is the same member, Honorable Speaker, who last year claimed that members of parliament were being paid 2 million shillings to vote on the finance bill. You will remember, all of you, that the Honorable Koimburi appeared before this House, apologized, and in our magnanimity, we accepted his apology and let that go. Honorable Speaker, as a House, we must not let this pass. We must not let it pass. When we forgave Honorable Koimburi and let it go, the impeachment of this drama director, I don't know whether he's a script writer or the drama director. Malala might be the script writer, the director is a former deputy president, and the actor now is Koimburi. Just like during the impeachment process, as the Honorable Junet says, the former deputy president appeared here looking very dark. But because he knew there was no cross-examination in the National Assembly during the impeachment process, he had the audacity and the guts to come and try defend himself here. But he did not have the courage to face the House where he would be cross-examined. He faked sickness, ended up being admitted in Karen Hospital, apparently in the same room, same bed. I am not certain, and I want to speak to my good friend, Dr. Gekonyo, a man of very high integrity and a good doctor in this country, and plead with him not to allow his hospital to be misused by these people who are otherwise common street criminals, Honorable Speaker, I dare say. The Honorable Koimburi was saying, Honorable Speaker, again went to the media and said that members of parliament were being paid, I think, 500,000 or something like that, 5 million shillings, to impeach a deputy president who deserved nothing more than what he got. In fact, we should have impeached Rigathi Gachagua probably a year before. And Kenyans now will vindicate this House that Kenyans were being saved from greater trouble from this man, Honorable Speaker, and the drama that we are seeing. It's unfortunate, Honorable Speaker, that this circus has pulled into it other dignified leaders like your good friend, the former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, who I saw yesterday at Karen Hospital, together with our former Speaker, J.B. Muturi, saying that there are people who claim there was a self-abduction. Now it is clear that Honorable Koimburi self-abducted himself, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I appeared on a show on Al Jazeera TV last month but one, on the 4th of February or the 5th of February. And I was put to task on the question of abductions in this country. Because you remember the president committing that he will end abductions. And many people never understood. And people would ask, who is abducting people? And I remember Honorable Speaker saying, there was information that had been shared that there were even members of parliament who planned to kidnap or abduct themselves and blame the state. Honorable Speaker, time is a healer, and time is also a vindicator. I think many things are being vindicated over time. That when the police said we were not abducting people, there were other forces. Now Kenyans need to start filling in the gaps. When last year, Honorable Speaker, and I said yesterday, when we were debating the adjournment motion by the Honorable Junet, when on the 25th of June, Kenyans rallied around the country on account of misinformation and disinformation around issues touching on the finance bill, Honorable Speaker, we said it to the nation that many of the things that were offensive to Kenyans had been removed from that bill. But nobody listened, Honorable Speaker, because of the negativity, the propaganda that was being pushed by this group, Honorable Speaker. I don't want to say, Manyora is a very good village. And you know, Honorable Speaker, I have confessed that I have married a beautiful lady from Nyeri. And is one of the villages in Madera constituency represented by the Honorable Amombi. Therefore, let us not accuse that good village. This is a character of a person and a group around him that believes you can only advance opposition politics either using violence, deceit, bloodshed, and that is where you saw the things that were in the adjournment motion by Honorable Junet yesterday. The unfortunate reference to the 2007 post-election violence, Honorable Speaker. Because these are people who have no agenda for this country. And all they desire is chaos and anarchy for our country. Honorable Speaker, I want to plead with you, because you are the chair of our Powers and Privileges Committee. Irrespective of what the National Police Service and the Director of Prosecution or the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission do with the Honorable Koimburi, the Powers and Privileges Committee of this House must be seized of this matter of Honorable Koimburi. And I also want to speak to the people of Juja. They are a great people who have been denied proper representation in this House. And I don't want to discuss the member, Honorable Speaker, but the people of Juja are suffering, and I've been there, I know. Right now, I'm addressing issues, Honorable Speaker, in my office, touching on electricity connectivity in Juja, and the MP has the audacity to send them a message on their WhatsApp group telling them you can go ask for your electricity from Ruto. I left that government. Whether you are in a government or not, you are elected as a member of parliament to represent your people. When they question you, when they ask you for services, answer them in a dignified manner. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I want to say the police have done their work. The Director of Prosecution, the DPP, must do his work. EACC, because of Chapter 6 of our Constitution, must do their work on the matter of ethics of public officers that the Honorable Koimburi has contravened. Our Powers and Privileges Committee, Honorable Speaker, which you chair, must now be seized of this matter and take the necessary action. The people of Juja must know you can also recall a member of parliament who is not working for you, who is not serving your interests, who is not representing you, a member of parliament who believes his only work is to follow another man in funerals and other social gatherings, singing songs of praise to a man, Honorable Speaker. With that, Honorable Speaker, I want to pray, Honorable Speaker, especially to you, as our chair of the Powers and Privileges Committee, please do something. Not because of Honorable Koimburi, but to save the dignity and the honor of the office of a member of parliament. Honorable Speaker, I submit.
Thank you. I don't want to open debate on this. Senior Counsel, I'll give you a minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me first thank you for the wisdom of directing the inquiry through members of the relevant committee, and say that it is important. The concern to find out what happened is not born out of anything in the standing orders. But it was a concern for a colleague, because we must all be concerned when a colleague is in distress. And therefore, I find 4 very unique things about this matter. One, which is very positive on the part of the police, is the swiftness of the inquiry. I hope we can have such swiftness in all matters. 2 is the openness in terms of the update of what happened. I think that is also a very good thing, and they are to be commended. There are also 2 very unique things which are to be discouraged. The one is that while we call on the police to do investigation, then they are blocked from accessing our colleague, who is the only primary person who can give the most useful information. That is disabling the police. And then we might blame them. The second one, which I find unique, is something is developing where when one is admitted, then people come and give updates on their medical condition, people who are not medical practitioners, within the vicinity of the hospital. That usually does not happen in most hospitals. I think that's unique to this very able establishment. And it is not a good thing, because then you don't know if one is speaking authoritatively or not. But that said, Mr. Speaker, abduction is a very serious thing. Unlike my colleagues, I want to welcome the preliminary report by the police, but as they've stated, it's a preliminary report. It's not a conclusive report. I expect that there will be a conclusive report. Once it is concluded, Mr. Speaker, if indeed there were people who are involved in kidnapping our colleagues, they must be prosecuted. But if indeed there were people who are, who coined this up and it was not true, they too must be prosecuted. Because abductions in this country and killings have become so many, and we don't want to speculate as to whether one has done it themselves or not, by the police or by the crooks. But that said, Mr. Speaker, once it is concluded, unlike my colleagues, I believe the right thing to do is that the police must prosecute those who are involved. But I do not agree that it's within the ambit of this House. I do not believe that you can then bring matters that have happened outside the precincts of Parliament and then bring them within the Privileges Committee. I think that ultimately is between the employer and our employers are the voters and the police who ought to prosecute. That said, Mr. Speaker, I commend the wisdom, your wisdom in handling this matter, and I hope it comes to fruition and we get to the bottom. Let people be prosecuted so that it serves as an example either way. Thank you.
Yes, Mukunji, then Emily, then I close.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I also want to say thank you for your guidance in this House. Honorable Speaker, I first want to say that security matters in this country must be taken with the seriousness they deserve. As we are speaking right now, Honorable Speaker, I have demonstrations in Embu town because of matters of insecurity, shops being broken into, and those are matters that, Honorable Speaker, they touch in this House, and I believe that as the senior counsel has mentioned, we need conclusive reports on matters to do with our colleague. And not only that, Honorable Speaker, I believe there are so many pending matters that are touching with the confidence that people have with our police forces. Honorable Speaker, we are yet to get reports on what happened to many of the Gen Zs during the Maandamanos. We are yet to get a report, Honorable Speaker, on various issues of abductions that have been reported of even some young people in this country. And Honorable Speaker, I sit here and I believe this house should be seen as a house that allows investigations to go conclusively. And I believe your guidance is very clear, Honorable Speaker, that we have to get to the bottom of this. If Honorable Koimburi, and I believe I have not been able to visit him, but I have seen the press conferences that have happened there. I've seen the hand being pointed to even the police force. Honorable Speaker, I believe also it's important for IPOA, because this is a matter of extrajudicial matter, to actually come in. Because when it is said that Koimburi had an issue and police say they were looking for him, it also points some finger in the matter to do with whether it is the police that was conducting this. And now the IG has spoken. It is important also to get an independent body to give a report on this so that this house can be well guided when it comes to those matters. But today is the National Prayers Day. Honorable Speaker, I believe it is not fair and it is not right for my good friends, minority leader and majority leader, to incriminate the name of the former deputy president just like that. It is right for them to bring evidence and say that he was involved in this, and let's be fair and actually call it like it is. We are taking too much time to debate and talk about the former deputy president when we have very serious matters to discuss in this house. We have matters to do with our debt issues. We have matters to do with finance bill. We have mirror issue that is being now being brought by the deputy majority leader.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to seek your guidance because, Mr. Speaker, I know Honorable Mukunji is a first-time member of Parliament. I know he's learning the ropes. Mr. Speaker, what we discussed yesterday, what we discussed yesterday is he's a first-time member of Parliament, unless he was in another parliament than this one, unless he was in South Sudan Parliament. The fact of the matter is he's a first-time member of Parliament. I'm a third-time member of Parliament. That's a fact on record. Yeah, and he has only served 2 years, like Gachagua. Mr. Speaker, but my point of order is this. My point of order is this, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, yesterday what we discussed was a special motion under Standing Order 33. Mr. Speaker, the standing orders that we use here gives every member an opportunity to bring a motion to discuss any matter of national importance. And with the approval of the Speaker, and if you get the requisite number of 20 members to support your request, then you get an opportunity to move your motion. So we should not use up here the derogatory statement that we are wasting our time yesterday here discussing a matter of national importance like post-election violence. Someone who's calling people to take up arms, to kill themselves, displace people, cause destruction. You're calling it something useless, unless you support that kind of thing, that you want people to die.
Okay.
Shame on you.
Mukunji, wind up.
Honorable Speaker, I believe that it is very easy for the minority leader to bring the matters of me being a first member of Parliament. But they need to understand that I learn very quickly. And in my 2 years, I've studied this house. I know how it works, and I believe I represent the people of Manyata and Embu the best way I can. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, I want to say that your guidance on the investigation of this matter touches on all our security. We have had complaints from various members on how their security is being handled. Honorable Speaker, we have lost a member of Parliament. We know how and what it takes, how costly it is, Honorable Speaker, to even go back for a by-election. Let us all be very keen on our security. And Honorable Speaker, I seek your guidance to ensure IPOA also gives a report on this matter.
Millie,
thank you.
The last one.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to, before I start, I just want to tell Honorable Mukunji that...
Order, Mukunji, you finish your contribution, listen to others.
Yes, and you need to listen because I'm actually, before I say mine, I just wanted to tell him that even though he's saying he's learned, one of the things that he has not yet learned effectively is how to be in opposition. When I have given my contribution, see me on the side. You are doing very poorly in that regard, and I'm very willing to give you free tutorials on being in the opposition. Mr. Speaker, as a human rights defender, I have been against the issue of abductions, and I've raised it before the floor of this House and elsewhere. And I'm very happy that I have seen actually almost disappearance of the issue of human abduction. Mr. Speaker, whether I'm in government or outside, broad-based, non-broad-based, human rights remain human rights. And I have raised it consistently. And Mr. Speaker, when our colleague was allegedly abducted, I condemned his abduction. Mr. Speaker, this comes shortly after our colleague was actually murdered. Just the day we were going on recess, our colleague was here. I turned my back, he was here. And then minutes later, I'm seeing a notice he's dead, gunned down. So the issue of security of members of parliament is a very serious issue. Mr. Speaker, I have myself been a victim of attack. I was attacked in my first time by men wielding guns, 7 men. And when I raised the issue, the Inspector General of the police then said that I concocted the story. But at that time, no investigation was done. The difference is this time, investigations have been done. I would be the last person to actually politicize about attack because I've been a direct victim. But Mr. Speaker, it is on that note that it would be very, very unfortunate that an honorable member would make me waste time sympathizing and standing with him if at all he has actually faked his own abduction. It would be very unfortunate after our own member of parliament has been shot dead that you bring theatrics that touch on our security. Today it may be drama, tomorrow it may be a reality. When you cry wolf, one day it will be a reality and there will be nobody to deal with you. So Mr. Speaker, me what I would want to say, so that members are more secure. The police have given us preliminary report. Can the police conclude? And should it be found that this is actually false allegations, Mr. Speaker, he should be prosecuted as an example to others. This is not a joke. And not only that, Mr. Speaker, the issue of abduction has been a very serious issue in this country. And it is one of the reasons that we find our young people very annoyed because they keep saying we are being abducted. I would be shocked to discover that all along it is not the police that are abducting. I would be really, it is mind-boggling, Mr. Speaker. Even if we are politicking, our politics must reach a level that is human and that respects the human rights of yourself and of others, Mr. Speaker. Don't make us waste too much English when we know there are other countries where we can import the English, Mr. Speaker. I will not name them. But there are countries where we can import that English, Mr. Speaker. Sorry. We can export the English elsewhere. No, I will not say where. Because I have many friends in neighboring countries, so I won't mention. And also we are trying to encourage friendly relations with our neighbors even when they are angry. But that aside, we are deepening relation with our neighbors even when they are angry. But Mr. Speaker, I would want to encourage that this matter be taken up seriously, not just as a matter of with the Committee of Privileges, but the Inspector General, if this is actually a lie, this member must be prosecuted. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Tongoyo. When do you bring the conclusive and final report?
Honorable Speaker,
I know the predicament you suffered,
yeah, there are actually too
that
many.
you couldn't be able to see your colleague.
Yeah.
I personally can inform the House that I called the DCI and informed me that he was also denied the opportunity with his officers to see the member. So tell the IG to finalize and give us the conclusive investigations in the matter, then I'll give directions.
Well guided, Honorable Speaker, but it's good under the circumstances. I had talked to him actually just an hour ago, and there are still a lot of leads leading to more arrest and interrogation. So maybe we give us like another week or so.
Thank you. Next order. Before the next order, hold